Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Once again, it's another video, and it comes to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakah Kwadash. All praises and glories definitely due, especially in these times. Now, speaking of these times, for 85 minutes today, Kamala Harris, which is the vice president of America, was president. And this this prompted Elder Apostle Ramlav to do this video here. Breaking news, oh Lord, oh Lord. And I was checking it out, I was cracking up. And I decided to go and do some research about the situation of how for 85 minutes Kamala Harris became president. And this is what I found out. I found some information, which I'll share with you brothers in this video. So let's get into it. This is from Skywatch. Hold on. Skywatch. And it says, keeping in mind that in the Bible, a person's name is tied to their destiny. Yeah, it's called Norman Omen. Norman is Latin for name. Omen is Latin for prediction. Usually your name would predict what you would do or what you would be, right? So keeping in mind that in the Bible, a person's name is tied to their destiny, consider this. Biden's VP or vice president pick, Kamala, some say Kamala. I was going to say something, but I'm not even going to say it. I don't want this video to be flagged or taken down. Kamala Harris' pagan name evokes the destroyer of worlds, illusion, demonic warfare. And that goes back to the name Kamala, which is a so-called Hindu goddess. And part of her qualities, according to Hindu folklore, is she's the destroyer of worlds. Okay. As you see here on the screen, keeping in mind that because in the Bible a person's name is tied to their destiny, consider this. Kamala Harris' pagan name evokes the destroyer of worlds. And here you have some illustrations of what is supposed to be Kamala, the so-called Hindu goddess. And this woman was named after Kamala. Joe Biden has chosen Senator Kamala Harris to join him on the ticket this November. So obviously this is an older, as a matter of fact, is dated August 16th, 2020. So it's about a little more than a year old, this information here. But it's still relevant. Kamala Harris to join him on the ticket this November. Harris' unique name, Kamala Devi, and that of her sister, Maya, were bestowed names that are drawn from pagan mythology. Kamala itself is a name of a well-known Hindu goddess who is probably better known as Lakshmi, I hope I'm saying it right, Devi, or known as Lakshmi. Devi is a Hindu goddess as well. It is a Sanskrit word that means goddess, but it is also the name of the Hindu mother goddess. Devi has a fierce side and is involved in not only creating worlds, but destroying them as well. Could the top wicked elite have chosen this woman to be the catalyst to destroy this place called America, or bring it to its destruction? We got to wait and see. And I believe that what was done, even though the cover story is that Joe Biden had to go for a medical procedure and he had to be under anesthesia for a period of time. So before he went under anesthesia, he had to sign some document. This is pursuant to the 25th Amendment. He had to sign some document transferring the powers to his vice president. Now, that's the cover story, but I believe it's something a little more sinister than that. I believe that they might be moving Biden out of the way and sliding Kamala Harris in there to be president. And her name, if that is so, her name, Kamala, means destroyer of worlds. So that's something to consider. That's something to think about. We know that these wicked elite, they do things according to numbers, according to satanic dates. Like this was done November 19th. November 19th going into November 20th, that's usually a satanic high holy day for them. 19, like April 19, going into April 20th. So again, it is written, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. This is why we got to constantly watch. Yahweh Shai said to watch as well as pray, right? So there you go. Let's read some more of this. Devi has a fierce side and is involved in not only creating worlds, but destroying them as well. Her sister's middle name matches Kamala's. Maya's middle name is Lakshmi. Maya is also a Sanskrit name meaning illusion, and is another name of Durga, a Hindu goddess of war. Now, it makes sense because Kamala Harris, her mother is a so-called East Indian, but her father is a so-called West Indian, from Jamaica, Benjaminite. Okay? So it makes sense why her name is tied into all of this East Indian folklore. Okay? But what's interesting is the name means destroyer of worlds. So check that out. There was some other information that I found. Bear with me for a minute. Okay. I don't know what happened to it, but let's see. Because earlier I Googled Kamala Harris news, and as you see here, Joe Biden undergoes first routine physical exam as president. And that's why the powers was transformed to Kamala Harris. Well, at least that's the cover story. This is from Yahoo News. Biden briefly transfers power to Harris, making her the first woman in U.S. history to hold powers of the presidency. President Biden briefly transferred the power of the presidency to Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday morning as he underwent a routine physical. The White House announced that Biden, 78, would be going under anesthesia to receive a colonoscopy at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, making Harris the first woman to hold powers of the presidency. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, I guess that's how you pronounce it, released a statement Friday morning with the announcement stating that Harris would work from her office in the West Wing while the president was sedated. And I think this goes back to the 25th Amendment, that they're allowed to do that. Let me see. Yeah, it was done. It was also done back during the presidency of George W. Bush. Here, former President George W. Bush twice transferred the power to his Vice President Dick Cheney while undergoing a similar procedure during his 2 terms in office. So it's been done before. Each time for a little over 2 hours, Bush's father George H.W. Bush was acting president for about 8 hours in 1985 while serving as vice president under President Ronald Reagan, who was undergoing colon cancer surgery. The ability to temporarily transmit the power via a letter to the leaders of the House and Senate was enacted via the 25th Amendment. There you go. Ratified in 1967. Okay, and that's pretty much what they evoked today. Biden evoked the 25th Amendment, which allowed Kamala Harris to become president for that duration of time, about 85 minutes. Okay. But what's interesting about all this information is that her name, Kamala, which we've discussed that before. I found that information before. Her name means destroyer of worlds. So is this an omen to come? Will they get Biden out of the way and she becomes president? Hey, from Fox News, Biden resumes duties as president after naming. Let's read the headline here. Biden resumes duties as president after naming Harris acting president while under anesthesia. That's in case if he don't come out of it, because he's up there in age, 70, 78, 79 years old. So if he didn't come out of it, she would have automatically become president. This is from CNN. For 85 minutes, Kamala Harris became the first woman with presidential power. I think that's an omen to come, man. We just have to wait and see. And even Elder Pastor did a video, and he was talking about how Kamala Harris is basically hated in the White House. They got her doing all the dirty work, all the the jobs that Esau don't want to do or feel that they're above doing. They got her doing it. In other words, she's the mammy, the quintessential mammy of the White House right now. Mammy Two Shoes. Kamala Harris. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. I'm not going to make this video any longer. What really prompted me to do the video was to share this information with you brothers about the name Kamala. As a matter of fact, I'll put the link to this information in the description box. Okay, her name means the destroyer of worlds. And if you look at Kamala, the so-called Hindu goddess, let's take a look at the image of her. Bear with me for a minute. Let's just take a look at the image. Type in Kamala, Hindu goddess. Hindu goddess. There you go. This is look at this. This is supposed to be Kamala. Of course, they superimpose her face there, but this is the actual Kamala Harris. Let me show you the actual Kamala Harris. The actual Kamala. There you go. With the multi-arms, the many arms. There's a picture or a painting or an illustration of her, Kamala, the so-called Hindu goddess, with severed heads in each of her hands of each of her arms. Let me see if I see that. Because she's supposed to represent destruction. Bear with me for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it here, but I've seen it before. Oh, look at that. There's a Kamala with the owl. But anyway, we pretty much get the idea. We got to watch and see if she really does end up destroying this place called America or bringing it to its destruction. Could she be used to bring America to its destruction since her name means destroyer of worlds? It's quite possible. We got to keep our eyes open. We got to watch and see. All right, so with that, it's on to the next one. Shalom for now.